Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I hope audio and video is working as expected and things are stable. Today we just gonna have a overview of this NASA's live stream, which is active, right, by the way. So I'm waiting for incognito window to give me a feedback. Welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I hope audio and video. Yes, so as of now, audio video is working and things are functional. Engage with your audience and all that. So now let's go into the main event. Now be mindful, while this can be live, it is live. It's just that it's not. They're not like brick by brick. They are showing what's actually going on in space right now, but I think they are on a either sleeping time, that they are not actually showcasing much. So as you can see, I think, yeah, they are visualizing it. It's like 2 days has passed. So this is a big mission. Let that be very clear. This is a big, and I mean huge, huge mission that basically NASA is doing after a long time. Now be mindful, there are certain core differences between basically this and Apollo. Apollo was like, do your best. So to say, and in terms of safety, it had almost nothing. In terms of radiation shielding, it was just like the metal that are in the frame is the good enough and all that. So this time it's completely different. So you have to understand the philosophy with this is a bit different. Although SLS, Orion, Constellation, and this whole debacle is a very messed up scenario, the Orion does have the advantage that it was designed almost, if I'm not mistaken, almost 40 years later. So technology has been improved a lot. So for people that are inside, they are far more comfortable than what Apollo had to endure, so to say. So that is a big difference. And again, the biggest advantage is electronics. When Apollo flew in 1960s, basically they were the one who were inventing semiconductors and all that, basically the integrated IC and all that. Like there is a fascinating history there. Like that was so long ago. They had what you call magnetic core memory, a memory that you literally had to stitch together. So that's how they started. So compared to that time versus what we have now, it's not even comparable. And Orion was done during, if I'm not mistaken, it was finished during Obama's era. After that, SLS kind of pooped the bed, practically speaking. SLS pooped the bed so hard that it's, hilarious, so to say. And NASA's budget again, if you have watched my video, I have said it time and time again. NASA, the amount of money they have burnt in recent time, it was guaranteed that is going to happen. Although this may lead to a good thing. Simply because Jared Isaacman flat out said, which is very logical thing, it's not our job to demand more money. It's our job to do more with less money. So fundamentally having this NASA messed up with the camera, they need Starlink. I don't think it's a intercom issue. Basically, I don't think, because again, NASA has their own deep space network. They got it. They're good. That's not an issue. I think the issue is the hardware and the telemetry line, as in the cameras in the Orion. Be mindful, Orion is ancient. So those camera would be ancient too. And again, Obama time kind of ancient, type which year he retired. So that's the year when they cancelled this. So assuming they have done updates or upgrades, which again, generally space hardware rarely do that, because again, then you have to validate everything. So those sort of things are very rare. And this is a flyby mission. So Artemis 3 is now the fresh start. Now fresh start simply means no more SLS BS. SLS will be locked down. This is what it is, the end. No more new launch tower, no more block 2B, block 3B, nothing. The end. Whatever SLS is, that's it. And they have already said that Artemis 3 rocket, as in third version of SLS, it's ready. Like they are waiting for vehicle building to become empty, because again, SLS can only be assembled in one place. So they're like, okay, once that building became empty, then they can transport all the parts. All the parts are already manufactured, and Artemis 4 rocket parts are also under construction. So they have a very good what you call hit rate, where they can reliably, hopefully, they can reliably make sure that by 2027, they should have Artemis 3 launch, and after that, it should become regular and normal. What happened? Voltage dip, I think. Yeah. Very serious voltage dip. Okay, power cut now. So that's the whole point. If they cut the budget, how will they do Artemis? Dude, you have to understand there is a big difference between political hoo-ha, marketing and all that. The budget cut is not like, oh, you were 20 billion, now you have 2 billion. It's like, okay, you asked for 20 billion, now you get 18 billion. That's what it is. So it's not a cut, and cut simply means other things would be turned off. And again, that's why they are shifting everything from government built to government rented, so to say. Basically, rockets should be built by private companies, be it Blue Origin, be it Rocket Lab, be it SpaceX, and NASA will rent it. Like Falcon 9 is a SpaceX product, not NASA product. NASA rents it. That's the aim that they are targeting in the future, where everything will be, will there be Artemis 3, 4, 5? Yeah, of course. All of those are sorted, pre-sorted, man. Artemis 3 is pre-sorted for 2027. Pre-sorted, and it's gonna go into low Earth orbit, and then it's gonna do docking with lunar landing hardware. That's the test target, so to say. And again, they're not gonna do it on a lunar orbit simply because if anything to go bad, return trip would be, well, lol. So they're like, for safety reasons, they're gonna do docking. And again, because NASA is not the one building the lunar lander, lander has to be built by two parties right now. And again, they're open to it, that if you have a viable lander that can be built before 2030s, we are open to it. So right now, two landers are Blue Moon lander and Starship lander, which again, I have zero confidence in Starship to be ready before that time. Let that be very clear. Can Starship work? Of course, if you could keep dumping money, of course, eventually it will work. It's just that in the time frame, that's the unlikely part, because that's why they were always talking about, like, okay, we have to have SpaceX and Blue Origin deliver basically a ready thing to go into low Earth orbit and then dock with Orion. And be mindful, there are people inside, so there is no if this then that. There is no, oh, okay, it went boom, it was a test mission. No, this is high hazard mission, so it has to be done properly. And in this regard, Jeff Bezos kind of lucked out, because Blue Moon orbiter, they were already building to send it to the moon, so they already have the hardware. And again, that's why they shifted the third launch for Blue orbiter to ATS Space Mobile. So they made sure that they keep the craft upgraded to NASA standards and specification and then test it. Although it would have been better if they had, like, launched it anyway and then built another one from the learnings of that. But I think they're optimizing for whatever they can optimize. What the hell? There's so many mosquitoes, man. So many mosquitoes. If AI will improve, will it help a lot for robot on moons? It could. It could, but right now I don't think so, simply because unless there is a magical innovation in magical radiation shielding, you can't run local AI on a lunar surface reliably. Again, let that be very clear. It's not that it can't be done. It's just that there will always be a doubt that there was a bit flip error and all that. So, and not to mention, space hardware is A, super expensive, B, they are ancient nodes. So like your computer would be like 2 nanometer processor, space node would be 200 nanometer, because again, the bigger the physical node is, the harder the bit flip becomes. So not just like, minor electrical charge in the space radiation, like high energy particles, they cannot bit flip it. So that's why like, can you send A100 into space? Of course you can, and it should work. But again, you do not have the reliability factor to it. Meaning, will it work like, randomly? How will it recover from the crash and all that? So that's why it's not likely at this point in time. Again, I'm only guaranteeing it till 2030s. Rudimentary AI, they already have it. That was always there. Even Mars rover has it. So the rudimentary would be there. But be mindful, Mars is far quieter in terms of radiation than Moon, because Moon has zero atmosphere. Even like, almost like 1 psi of atmosphere that Mars has, it's something. It's not zero, it is there. And not to mention, because it's a big celestial mass, from the backside, basically if you are landing here, from this side, the radiation cannot penetrate that deep. Neutrinos and high energy particles, but Moon is smaller. So the shadow effect, while it is good, it's awesome, it's not as awesome as Mars. So that is there. So Artemis 3 for same parts as space shuttle. Again, it's done. It's SLS now. And parts are like, okay, they had solid booster. Now they're like, okay, now they have upgraded the solid booster. So instead of having 4 sections, if I'm not mistaken, it now has 5 segments. RS-25 engines, I think those are the only thing that they are not changing, so to say. They already had manufactured it, if I'm not mistaken. They had already manufactured it. What the hell? So many mosquitoes. So they have already manufactured those hardwares. Artemis toilet broke, fixed, but still, again, it did not broke, it froze. Froze as in cold, and they just had to restart it. It's like, these sort of thing does happen all the time. Like if you actually watch missions, this is like, yeah, normal. Like, oh, hydrogen leak in SLS. Okay, welcome to Wednesday. These are the normal things. It does happen. What about Iranian space program? Yeah, I think this war will drag on for 1 more month. And my current read is America kind of done the main bulk work, like they're done. Now the only thing left is, and again, this is clear. When this war started, every day I was getting news of like, Dubai got boomed and this got boomed or that got boomed. Now those booms are like very rare. They are sending missiles, but it's very rare. Then it's like, what the hell happened? Is that they cannot do saturation bombardment anymore, meaning they could fire missiles at Israel, but back in the days, as in like when this started, they were launching 100 in one barrage. And Iron Dome and David and all those systems they have, if you have 100 coming at it, it's like, bruh, you're overloading me. But now they are like, 1, 2. The only fixed thing is they're somehow still managing to launch 1 or 2 every day. That's the good part from Iran's point of view. They are still managed to launch 1 or 2 every day. But the volume that was like, saturation bombardment, that's gone. Why? America has kapoomed majority of their launchers. They might have stockpiled. They do not have enough launchers. And somebody did a very, what you call, a deep dive into what we call the difference between Iraq war versus Iran war. Now, Iraq time, satellites were like very new thing, so to say. So they were not like thousands of satellites. Now they have thousands of satellites. So even with ginormous surface area, the only limitation they have is that how the heck you're gonna process so much data. Because again, let's just say you have 10, 20 satellites scanning that area. Cool, awesome. Here's the deal. How the heck you gonna process it? You're talking about a country size area. And again, your resolution could be as high as like, 1 foot per pixel. So there's like, how would you do it? And again, there are a lot of optical camera. There is a lot of what you call radar, what do you call that? Aperture radar aperture or something, and something like that. So basically it looks like a photo, but it's from radio wave, and it does not have any atmosphere issue. So they have so much data. That's why they are using the AI. All the data goes into the AI does a pre-filtering, and that pre-filtering goes into the command and control center. They figure it out, okay, is it a really truck launcher or something like that. So that AI is actually allowing them to filter out, because again, they could have people sorting it through, but it would be like 5,000 people. So again, you are talking about a whole country and you have to scan the whole country. Satellites are there. Like the data input part is like, bro, we good, we got this. It's just that how the heck you gonna sort through that much data? Oh, this is the site, which is basically all the command chain. They're shrinking the latency, because if the latency was as bad as Iran war, whole Middle East would have been blown up by now. But again, they're shrinking the latency. It's like satellite detected it, and some plane just like give them the love kiss. That time frame, they're shrinking into minutes. And this is in whole of what we call Iran. That's why they still keep flying so many drones. So drones can easily boom out small things and all that. Waiting for new Earthrise photo. I genuinely hope this time they come up with some good photos, like some quality photo. Now, thankfully, we were very lucky that Apollo era was not in that ugly era of analog cameras. They were in the negative era, because there was an equipment. Basically, you can see this. The worst example of this is Star Trek Next Generation. It's a TV show. I think they made it in 80s. It looks good. Like they updated it in HD, and it was like good. And then they have like Deep Space Nine, but Deep Space Nine was shot into digital camera, but early digital camera, so it's shitty. So a new TV show looks uglier, and it's much harder to upscale and all that, because there is not enough data. While an older system, because they shot in negative, it was good. So Apollo had like huge negative, like they had actual what you call medium format cameras and all that. So we got really good high resolution photo. And again, that's the movie Apollo 11. Apollo 11 or 9? Which one was the one that landed? They had like IMAX grade, like this big IMAX grade cameras of it. And again, I was like shocked. They took that same actual raw negatives and they remastered it to release in IMAX, and god damn it. Like you would have never seen Neil Armstrong that high resolution, that crisp. I'm like, damn. Like it is so crisp. I could see his hair. Like this is not AI upscale, like it was captured. So this time I'm expecting they have, and again, they have shown they have hardware, good hardware. So I'm expecting they're gonna use some like, quality hardware, so to say. Fundamentally that can do some good stuff, Waiting for new size photo. Yeah. What do you think about HVAC system? They don't get that much coverage. See, HVAC is important. Okay, important, and it's a very ironic industry. Like, go back into 200 years. Like, what were we were using carbon dioxide. We were using ammonia. We were using propane. We were using butane, and then we got brain damage, and we started to utilize this HFC and all that. And it's like, okay, planet got hole into its ozone layer, and then we went back to those things. I'm like, what the hell? And again, I think the India's biggest, what you call stupidity, which again, I think this is Asian brain damage. We do not do centralized air conditioning, even on massive buildings where having so many small units is not only bad for environment, remove the environment part, it's bad from electrical point of view. Having so many small compressors, they are all inefficient. Having one massive chiller is far more efficient, like far more efficient. So you can do more work. And again, there's so you might be like, okay, how would you? It's water pipes. We know how to do this. This I have to say that Americans did figure it out very early on, that a hotel or a hospital should not have like, okay, small window AC. That's just dumb, stupid. You're supposed to have a ginormous unit, a ginormous cooling tower, and then you distribute heating or cooling using water pipes. And again, yes, you can use water even if you have cold water. Like, let's just say the target are generally 5 degrees Celsius water. That is more than enough to do dehumidification. So it's like, oh, but how would you dehumidify? It works. You do not need -18 of a condenser, evaporator to do dehumidification. You can do that with cold water also. That's why, like, if you put cold water in a glass, it has that condensation. So fundamentally, this I have to say, like, India is building so many skyscrapers and all that is like GG, like hundreds of condos and all that is like awesome. AC, yeah, every section has like a tiny AC. I'm like, this is so stupid and electrically dumb. And you can do so many things. Like, here's the deal. What I would do if I'm building this. First, I'll mandate a law that if you're building big enough structure, have a centralized system, the end. Okay. Second, I'll collect all that heat, have a hot water tank and a cold water tank. Okay. So here's the deal. What can you do with that hot water? In India, more and more people are buying high quality washing machines, dishwashers, and basically clothes dryer. Because again, once you are in condo, you do not have roof access. So where you can, how the heck you gonna dry your clothes? You have hot water from AC. Use that hot water. Easy peasy GG. And again, you can even do extra things with that. For example, you can have a liquid desiccant system where you are using dehumidification from that rather than AC removing the heat, basically removing the condensation energy. It can just like cool down the air, but you have a desiccant that is drying your system. But it does require recharging. Once a liquid desiccant absorbs it, it needs recharging. It needs heat. You have heat. So these two systems combined, A, it will reduce your overall system, B, it will improve the quality of life. So there are a lot of things we can do. Like, genuinely a lot of things we can do. And again, none of these things I'm talking about is like quantum technology or like in the future in this. And again, having a hot water tank means in winter, you can have a much better experience also. So what happens now if there is a plastic shortage? I don't think that will happen. Genuinely don't think so. We have more than enough feedstock for it. Hormuz choking is giving Trump bad dreams. I don't understand how they did not think a secondary measure a decade ago. They did. Nobody was taking it seriously. See, you have to understand, there is a bit of what you call, I don't know the term for it, but there is a term where like countries will willingly, basically the political party willingly will not solve a problem. They will keep that problem. They'll just like, almost like, you know, how we have this issue, my immigration issue in America. They know it's a problem. Every party, like a red party and blue party, both parties knows. Obama was like, you know, deporter in chief. He was much ahead than basically what Trump is. Trump is getting so much resistance, so much hassle. What the hell? Your boy is getting scared again. Come on, please don't drop again. Come on. Come on. Frame started dropping again, man. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. It's like I genuinely don't know what to do. Damn. So fundamentally, they could solve the problem, but they did not. Like, for example, in the Strait of Hormuz, there was a plan to build a pipeline from Yemen and all that, and they would like literally solve the problem, like fundamentally, and it will actually improve their situation. You're like, okay, what if they boom the pipes and all that? Yeah, but it was much easier to defend, much easier, so to say. And again, once you have the pipeline, repairing the pipeline is not that difficult. And again, you have storage areas and all that, so the target becomes much bigger and is far more robust, and you don't have to have it in open. most likely you will bury it underground. So that was also an issue. So it's like people knew how to solve this problem. They chose not to. Like if Egypt actually wants to solve the Gaza problem, they can. They choose not to. Like think in this way, like that Gaza strip, that tiny strip, why they are fighting for that tiny strip? Look into the map and there's like this Suez Canal and then there is giant empty area.
From Mission Control Houston, you are
Okay.
looking at a live view of our data visualization. This is something that you can track at any point by visiting nasa.gov/track Artemis. Currently, you can see that we are about 162,000 miles away from Earth and 116,000 miles away from the moon. We reached that halfway point between the Earth and the moon yesterday on flight day 3. Now here in the room, we have the Orbit 3 team of flight controllers at a mission elapsed time of 2 days, 15 hours, and 15 minutes.
God damn it, how many keyboards this guy have, man? I count like 1, 2, how many keyboards, man? 1, 2, 3. Is that keyboard or glass? I'm not sure whether it's like reflecting into the glass. I'm a bit confused, but again, seems like they have too many keyboards. Can it go into 4K? Yeah, it can go into 4K. Let's just do 4K. Okay. Seems decent.
On the top of the screen, I'll explain what's going on, and then I'll go through what we see as far as the atlas or the world map goes. You can see there where Orion is on its flight path. The white line that you see kind of weaving through is what we are tracking, the remainder of its trajectory. So you can see the moon where Orion is.
Okay, so they're just giving some rough data. Again, cool, awesome, but let's continue. Yeah, HVAC system. So India really should invest into centralized AC system. Like chillers have to become the backbone. And again, chiller also have the advantage that once you grow up as a civilization, as a country, as a culture, you can now directly switch to into centralized, basically centralized heating and cooling. That again will increase more efficiency. We never really did that. Like this was, and again, these condos, these buildings, they are expensive AF. So it's not money problem. It's just lack of wisdom. And I think most people will say, oh, but why would I pay? Because again, everybody has to pay a little bit, and like, how would you do that system? But again, these people are not poor people where they're going to count every dime. So it does not make sense to me. Like genuinely does not make sense. What's the US Golden Dome project? It's series of projects. It's not one project. It's series of projects. So the idea is to, again, is creating their own problem just so they can solve it. Basically, it's a, oh, what if we have this and all that? It's like, what ifs have no answer. Like practically speaking, what ifs have no answer. They're gonna do that. It's just hype, man. It's almost like hypersonic, hypersonic. It's like, bro, we had hypersonic. Hypersonic is below orbital velocity. All ICBMs have orbital velocity. This time, first woman to the moon orbit. Yep. That is a big deal. You say war tech is not mark your soul. Why? What was like if what is wrong with making video on them? You are hypocritical. Again, it's my channel. I decide what happens into it. Again, I do not like weapons technology. That's why I do not directly focus on them. Now again, they are foundation of most of humanity's technology. There is no denying that. But I do not want to have that sector, because trust me, you do not want to get me started on that, because yeah, I used to like live and breathe all the missiles and all that. Like I at one point actually tried to figure out how the heck AIM missile works, and I mean not the modern one, of course, it's you know, top secret, the old ones that they have retired, like how the heck aileron worked on that, like really deep into it. I do not like that. Like I understand, like no matter who I disagree with, no matter what I think about them, I do value life. And again, the sort of glorification of weapons technology is like, again, I do not enjoy it. Let's just put it that way. That's why I don't make it. First, space capability also makes USA powerful. Of course it did. You're conservative or right wing or political spectrum. Dude, I'm like whatever benefits me. What do you think of HVAC engineering? Again, I already talked about it. Okay. I think we should go back to your old camera. No. Mine is looking good, no frame loss here. Now there was a temporary glitch. It has now slowly starting to go down. There was just a temporary. I think we should go back to your old camera. No, I like this camera a lot. Huh. So we're working on DC motors, making studies part like axle, copper winding and insulation. Could you guide us improving efficiency and selecting suitable magnets? And next step, read books. Okay, here's deal. Read books. I just finished this. So read books, trust me. You would be shocked. Like I have seen so many what you call, even like qualified people, they have such a narrow view when they're talking about things. It's like, bro, you have solution for it. Like for example, if I'm like, okay, I want to make a motor, I will never even try to add magnet into that. Like I do not need magnet. Like I'll show you. Oh, you would not believe I opened it directly. This is the motor I will make if I wanted to do that. Synchronous motor. Why? There is no magnet requirement, and you can basically run it at synchronous power factor. Power factor as in 1. It will not act like an inductor, it will not act like a capacitive system, it will act like a resistor, meaning your inverters, MOSFETs can be far more efficient. And you're like, oh, but it has brush. Brushless versions also exist. So fundamentally, it's like read lot of things, and DC, you also have a lot of DC options. For example, you have universal motor, which everybody knows, but there is compound motor, there is series wound motor, those sort of things. And again, those are the motor that are responsible for what we call locomotives. So like back in the day, how do you think they did that? Because again, AC induction motors that are being used right now, or permanent magnet synchronous motors, or variant of those things that are used now, that only happened after the development of semiconductor system. Semiconductor is very recent, like very, very recent, like in robust, long-term, reliable kind of system, very recent. So locomotives only started to do that in early 2000s. So how the heck they were running for 100 years before that? DC motors. So look into those things. Like you could find some amazing thing. It's not necessary to have just permanent magnet. Like there are a lot of solutions, lot of it. Like why even have magnet? Why even have coils? Just use reluctance. Like you don't have to have it. Reluctance was not possible during this era. This is an ancient book. This is from, hold on, 1964, before lunar landing. So fundamentally, reluctance motor will allow you to have much higher RPM without the back EMF issue of BLDC. So there are a lot of options. Working DC motors. So you can do that. Lot of things are possible. Lot of things. Or again, you can go YOLO. You can go like, hey, what if BLDC does consume a lot of magnet? What if you use hybrid, a video will come soon, hybrid of basically reluctance and permanent magnet motor. And now you will have the advantage that using the encoder, basically you do need position encoder, you can make sure that at low RPM, like starting torque, it runs like a BLDC, and as its RPM goes up, it goes into reluctance mode, and benefit of that would be back EMF would be eliminated almost, and voila, voila. And you're like, who the hell does that? Tesla, Model 3, current motor, they all that. So you can do that. Mine is looking good, no frame loss here. Here we go. What we are working. Did you just repeated the same comment again and again? Please don't repeat it. I'll block it. The plastic made from sugarcane makes sense. Composed in few months. Yes and no. And again, PLA is that now. I'm 3D printing those things, so it is the same thing. It does make sense. Right tool for the right job. Right tool for the right job. Can multiple high power laser be used as a neutralizer? Of course it can be. See, lasers are ultimate weapon where they have solution of everything. The only limitation is how much power you have. Like, oh, like I cannot tell you, like I lost faith in my country after reading the comments of that Israel laser weapon system. Oh, it's like, but it will lose range in like, water, if it's raining. I'm like, so does the drone. When was the last time you saw a drone attack done in a rain? It cuts both way, and I keep saying that it was not a ultimate weapon because again it was very low power. It was only to remove the asymmetry, where it's like $500 equipment blowing up like a $50,000 equipment. Asymmetry, and it is great at solving that. And everyone was like, okay, but what if I did this? It's like, oh, somebody's like, what if I do coating? And I'm like, dude, go to a laser sheet metal cutter, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do a coating on this steel, try to stop it, and that's 10 kilowatt. Good luck. It's like so much retardedness. And again, I made a second in detail. Can it be done? Of course it can be done. It's just that it will no longer be asymmetric. Meaning, can you make a system? Somebody was like, okay, what if I make a cluster ammunition? It's like, yeah, that means now you have to spend money to make sure you have a cluster system. B, you have a trigger mechanism that is safe, because again, if it goes boom the moment you ignite it, that's not acceptable. So you have to have advanced trigger. Then you have to have advanced dispatchment mechanism. You reached a point where laser succeeded. Laser was only there to make sure that you cannot fire a cheap $4,000 rocket. You have to spend a lot of money to make a quality rocket. It already succeeded. So that was the whole thing. And laser does have this advantage where it's like, just put hundreds of them. Like, yeah, it's not going to do everything. Nothing does that. It's like, oh, but what if I'm going to attack the laser? It's like, you do that. That's the step one. What do you think everybody does? Iron Dome batteries, wherever they are always empty. They know that you're going to attack this. They expect you to attack it, and it's actually desirable. Like, for example, if you have an airport, you're going to put a defense battery in those places where it's kind of easy to spot, so you can attack them. You're like, why? Well, they can defend it, and if you spent your attack system on that, it gives them one less to worry about. Like, what if instead of booming the defense system, you boom the radar unit? The airport goes down. So that's why, like, it's a normal thing. So little thinking, it really hurt me. Like, it hurt me badly. Like, I could not sleep. Like, this cannot be my country. Like, I know Indians. I know smart Indians. This cannot be. Is AI a liability? Of course it is. In the wrong hand, it is like, buy it. Which codecs do you use for streaming? Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe AV1. Maybe everyone. I haven't checked it. Like, I genuinely haven't checked it. Oh my God, you kept repeating the same comment again and again. What do you think of future of compressors? There's not that much gonna change. Like, we kind of reached a point where it's like, it's good, it's sorted, no, what we call magical hoo-ha will happen. Okay, let's go back to some interesting effects. Yeah, so.
Good morning from the Artemis Flight Control Room here in Mission Control Houston. I'm Nilofer Ramji with NASA Communications. As part of your Orbit 3 flight control team, we are coming to you live with 24/7 continuous coverage of the Artemis II mission. You are seeing live views right
That's
now.
That's a very low resolution camera feed.
Wings aboard the Orion spacecraft. As mentioned not too long ago, there is a surveying activity taking place while the crew is asleep. This is where the flight control teams on the ground here maneuver the solar array wings to take a look at the command module, which is sort of on the top left side of your screen, as well as the service module, which is on the bottom part of the spacecraft. This surveying activity essentially checks for any damage post-launch. The flight control team on the ground will conduct an additional surveying activity post-lunar flyby. For now, this is Mission Control Houston.
Okay, so they are doing analysis, like they are folding the solar array back so they can use the camera that is on the solar array to double check everything. That's clever. That's like double duty. Clever. Okay. Where the heck I went? Which codex? Okay. Can Bezos go to moon before dying? Maybe, but I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to. 5 keyboard. Yeah, that guy was like vittu cuckoo on that.
Now, as mentioned, the live views on the left side of your screen are from the solar array wings on Orion. And
they're talking some normal stuff. If something cool happens, I'll unmute it, but so far so good. How will human reach faster to the moon or Mars in future compared to how much time it takes now? I don't think anything will happen in the near term. Basically, we are sorted for till 2050s, I would say, because without lunar colonization, and again, how do I define colonization? I will give a starting point. Starting point is once we actually land, okay, we have some energy system, be it bonkers amount of solar panel or be it small nuclear reactor, and then we use laser or maser to melt regolith to make blocks, and using those blocks building a structure. If we can do that, then colonization has begun. And again, I'm expecting that to happen. Again, China is also trying that. So I would say 2030s. So until that becomes a normal thing, meaning you drop a habitat module and then you just cover it with ginormous shielding from, because again, shielding will do triple duty. First, shielding. Third, second, it would be also a very good shield for micrometeorites. Great. It will also be a thermal blanket, meaning you will have the advantage that the cold lunar night will not cause so much temperature drop. So that's a very good thing. So again, that will allow us to truly do things, because again, without a landing pad, you can't land rockets reliably again and again, because if you do just brute force it, issue is that the debris that it will release, the regolith, because of the weak gravity and zero atmosphere, it will cause catastrophic damage to everything that is around it.
Mission, a test mission, and the first flight of humans on Orion.
Oh, it's previously recorded. Okay. Select suitable miner. Okay. Okay. Affordable homes at Koramangala, just 2 crore, but no centralized AC. Yeah, that was the lame part. Is this your yeah? Okay. Kept repeating that. What do you think of future of compress? Is this a lot of repeat or something? Okay. 40 rupees super chat because it's a super chat. Good one. Good one. Good one. I have to say, it was a good one. It was a good one. Mosquito. Okay. Does heat wave and extreme event does gonna offer a few decades from now grid load and preparedness? Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It does happen. Like the temperature where, in my childhood, they used to shut down school because temperature was too high. Now that's the normal running temperature. Why fundamentally learning things needs so much time? Again, that's not issue of the technology, it's issue of your psychology. And again, there are a lot of people who are 10 times smarter than me. They'll look into it as like, brah, 5 minutes, go home. I have met those sort of people, so trust me when I say this. There are some smart people, scary smart people. Like the only reason world is not boomed because terrorists are dumb. Like there was a guy used in CIA, I have heard this. Like they said, like the only reason we are alive is terrorists are dumb. I'm like, no, they're not dumb. Oh, they're dumb. Like if they really wanted to kaboom the planet, they could have kaboomed it so easily. Like minor inconvenience, they would cripple a whole country. And I'm like, damn. It's like, it's such a good thing that they're ideologically driven rather than logically driven, because all they had to do is find a burnt engineer, treat them like a king. It's like, bro, come here and just like, whatever you want, however you want it, we're gonna provide you, we're gonna pamper you, and all you have to tell us is who the hell is doing the maintenance in the world and which maintenance is the ignored one, and then we're gonna kaput that part. Every country loses electricity in 24 hours. So, 40 was no, but really thank you for hollow tech tree video. Yeah, I'm glad. Why even tech tree, why every tech tree has S-curve. It's a law of physics thing, na? Once we start something, right? Like once we start something, okay, we are figuring things out, but this is the thermodynamical physical limit, like how far you could pay. So first you are like barely working, then you're like, okay, good. Then it reaches a point where it's like, it's too difficult to make any improvement. Like it's law of physics kind of thing, meaning you can calculate how efficient a system can be and trace that into S-curve. It's like early days, we were very inefficient, then slowly became efficient, and then we kind of saturated. That's why car mileage has no longer become a thing that people talk about. Tata Motor showed that their car surviving flamethrower and hot coal 900, but does it survive real fire incident? Yeah, that was ironically tragic. Like ironically, I'm not happy that somebody died, but like what the hell? Like it's almost like Tata was tempting fate. Is like everybody is like, keep it away from car, fire and water and dust and all that cool awesome GG. And Tata is like, fire, our car is driving through a fire, and it's like its car caused the fire, which caused loss of life. I'm like, not cool, bro. Do not tempt God of what do we call it? Temptation. So yeah. So much C6. I think C6 is an amazing company. Amazing. Like they're the only one who actually has a conversation where it's like, yeah, we can keep blabbling about like, okay, we're going to do electrify. It's like, why? And how would you do that? Because you need surface area for it, right? Even if you have solar, you need surface area. Even if you have wind, you need surface area. Why not directly go from solar energy to chemical energy and the end? The end. Can AI and automated prevent collapse of old age societies like South Korea by filling gaps or labor shortage? If no, again, I told you it's the payment paradox. That's why it does not work. Payment paradox. Do you think 70s and 80s life were best? We just keep complaining. No. See, every era has a what you call rising tide and down tide. Humanity has like gone through like woo boom, woo boom, woo boom, again and again. It's almost like what you call cyclic in nature, so to say. So, meh. Again, lot of civilization come, lot of civilization fall. It's all on a grand scheme. That's why I keep saying that a man can die, mankind cannot. That's the whole point. Oh, in other recent purchases, I purchased a boatload of these. So this will make my job of breadboarding much easier. And to improve myself, your boy is going into the basics. Things. So now I'm doing like, transistor and op amps and comparators. So the idea is the first project I want to make, again, first to learn. The first thing I want to learn is make a switch that does not have debounce, basically a latching circuit. That's the first thing, step one that I want to do. I should have enough things. And again, this should allow me to truly learn and grow. And again, this book gave me a lot of confidence that, because again, I stole it long ago. So, fundamentally speaking, I do want to grow as a person, where it's like, at some point, I'm like, I have to stop bitching, I have to start building. So while this channel is an amazing representation of that part of me, other electrical part has been underwhelming to say the least. So I have to really grow and improve. So, which lunar lander do you think is gonna get used for Artemis 4 landing? No, they're gonna try to use both. That's the whole point. They're gonna try to use both. Why will it take okay, truly won't mind as well until it stops working. Yeah, again, I've been running without air condition for almost a year now. It broke last summer, and again, they came, they installed it, but power was out, so they did not fill the gas, because again, there was no power. Like, I'm so poor, I cannot even afford solar in my house that can run AC. Why emojis do you like? What emojis? I don't use emojis, man. 6 is a startup plant in Indonesia, not in India. India water are unsuitable? No, not unsuitable. They did not have enough pre-existing infrastructure that Indonesia has. And Indonesia is closer to tropical water, so water temperature is a bit more pleasant. It's basically starting your game at a easy mode. That's it. What frequency is cycle? Why is the frequency of the cycle increasing? Cycle of what? I'm not getting. Oh, no, it's not increasing. You are just born this time. Like, think about it. People who are in World War I, they will be like, oh, finally, we are done. We chill. World War II, bye-bye. You are in World War II, and it's like, okay, finally, chill. Cold War, Vietnam War. Like, it just looks like that. It's basically, it's whenever it's your turn to die, it feels like, I didn't live. It's like, it's a, as old as time, the tale as old as time. It's a human bitching reaction which happens all the time. Why do you lose faith in mankind despite saying the hell? Again, I lost faith in specific things. Like if you say Hindus, right? Like my, brethren, so to say. If you say Hindus won't be there in the future, I can digest that. If you're going to say there won't be any human in the future, that I won't digest. So, because again, you calculate, you validate and project. Again, I projected that Hyperloop will be BS 7 years ago. Video is 7 years old. So I know that some things can be projected, and you know whether it's going to work or whether it's not going to work. So certain things become very, what you call, obvious. EV versus hydrogen is like Rita versus... Not really. EV is great. It's just that we are... Basically, we are not allowing it to grow. All we have to do, nothing else. Shut down all the subsidy. Basically full battery electric vehicle, and all you have to do is make a battery electric vehicle but with small battery, or again as big a battery as you want, but it will become small the moment you remove subsidy, and put a range extender on it, basically an engine. The end. Humanity, basically petrol consumption will go down by 90% overnight. That's how big impact it would be. And diesel consumption will go down by 10% in Mark 1, and by the time we are Mark 2, Mark 3, 35%. And then we can slowly over time, because again, this will give us a real world data. It's like, oh, how many people are there? Then you slowly build up the electrical infrastructure, save the planet today, and then have an actual learning experience, how the heck you're gonna electrify everything. And if electrification cannot be done in certain places for certain reasons, no problem. No problem. No problem. You still have something that is better than what we had. Like, how about that? Like, how about you make the jump that can be jumped rather than like, trying to make a hulululululu. So hydrogen is complete stupidity. Should we make hydrogen from water? Of course. For a lot of industry, it's like shut up, take money. Shut up, take money. That's great. But like, I'm gonna use hydrogen as an energy carrier. It's like, it's dumb. We know this. We have known this from 1833. Like, that's why like I keep, like, this is an ancient book, but still has so much knowledge. And I was like, damn. I have so many books from school library which I know our syllabus because CBSE is mostly made from knowledge stuff of USSR. Blew my mind. Look like laser defense system combined with traditional system will make any country immune from invasion. Not immune, resistant. It's the bulletproof pew pew thing. It's like there is nothing as that is bulletproof. It's just that resistant. I'm in WW so long. No, see, you are counting WW2. From a Vietnam point of view, that World War II did not happen, but their war happened. They were the one going boom, boom. Korean War was also before that. So again, personal perspective. It's always the personal perspective. What happened with 2 fighter jet of USA? Is it 2 or 1? Because again, I've seen they took down F-35, then it was like, okay, F-16. F-16 had 2 pilots. 1 pilot is now recovered, which again, I do not know what happened to the second one. They were saying that they have recovered it, but they're not going to confirm unless they have absolute certainty that it is outside of Iran. But again, we'll see. We'll see what's happened. Why USA does bad at ground military? How the heck they're bad? They went seriously in World War II and kicked ass. And in terms of basically Vietnam, look into the map, basically how far they won into that system. And again, Korean War was like, it was hilarious. Korea was like South Korea, basically losing. USA gets in, psh, almost ship deletes it. So, and again, Afghanistan. How do we know Afghanistan performance was good or bad? Again, did somebody else try? Yes, Soviet Union. How many years? 10 years. How many losses? 20,000. How many losses? Under 5,000. Calling it bad is like, yeah, it's like calling Russia a great power. Why you stream with 15 to 30? No, that's a YouTube point of view. It will always be there. How were your 20s? It was quite decent, Like, I think the only thing I was, looking back, is like, I was too cowardly. Basically, I was too scared of things happening. And again, looking from how children are talking now, that like I lived like a god tier life, man. Like my brother was saying this one point, like again, he's a doctor, and he was saying like I was complaining, it's like, oh, I'm only getting this much money. It was like my first job, and he's like, bro, you got your first job before I had my job. I had stipend at your age, like age by age. Like I studied 12, I went to Bangalore, I got a job. All of this, there is not even a single year of dead time. Like nothing. Like I study, I get a job. The end. This is how I get a job. Anupam, we are starting a team, and would you like to join? I'm like, that's it. And you're like, okay, but you got fired. Here's the deal. 2.5 years of experience. That's my first time. And again, I got working in multiple things. And again, company went boom. So I'm having the one last laugh. Again, the company was great. It was just that stupidity was like, sometimes like, one bad decision. So that time, again, Bangalore, I was too scared. Like I was too scared to spend money, too scared to travel and all that. Travel, I do not mean like, go to Goa and all that. Again, that should have been done. But even Bangalore only after I lost my job, I was like, oh, you know what, let me travel Bangalore because I'm not going to stay here unless I find a new one. So, and I got a second job also, by the way, which I did not took. Like job as in like joining later, bro, come and work with us. So, me good. Like my 20s were like, I was way too, afraid of flexing, where it's like, flex my muscle, let's go, let's see what I can do. It's like I was too scared. And like the only thing that I truly regret is a mistake that I did in February 2021. Everything else is insignificant compared, even my slip disc, because a mistake I did in February 2021 destroyed my psychology. So, and gave me a court case. So that's the whole thing. Oh, today was the day I was like, I have a Google sheet, a huge Google sheet where I'm adding every single milestone on YouTube, as in like how many views this month and all that. And like this is my graph. Like I started 2018 or 19, and it's like slowly, and then February, it's like barely happening. But AI will never make labor free, very cheap, so much cheaper, need much people, taxpayer. See, it's a feedback loop. I cannot explain the feedback loop again and again to you, my man. Like you are trying to force your mind into it. That's not how economic works. B2 bomber is so scary. It is. Like it's ancient. Like I think it's older than me. I'm pretty sure it's older than me. That's the scary part. Like everybody is like, China has radar that can see B2. Venezuela is like, bitch, please. Iran is like, bitch, please. How's your 30 going? Again, slip disk, bad. Again, last week, while it was very decent for me, because again, I finally understood the CV mechanism, math of it. And again, in this time, while I can't draw the mathematical formula of it, but I can actually model it. So that's actually useful. I'm very happy last week. Like, see, oh, they have Nikon. Yeah, why the heck you have DS? Please tell me it's mirrorless. They should say wait. Which Nikon they have? Like Nikon, I think, is the official partner this time. So overall, your boy is like very lucky. Like again, my life has been so smooth. Like before February 2021, everything was perfect. Like even like parts that I'm like, I did not do too much. But again, looking from outside, even a senior told me, it's like, bro, you are too bitchy. It's like, you're bitching. You got your job. Like he was my senior 10 times better than me. And he's like, bro, my first job took me 3 years more waiting time before I got a job. You just got, like, you leave the institute, you got a job, and you are like, I'm not making so much money. It's like, bruh. Like, think about it. Like, before my father retired, I got a job. And he was like almost ready to retire. So, fundamentally, like, everything. And I made amazing friends, amazing teachers. So, again, I came home, I gave my parents 2-year deadline. It's like, I'm going to figure out this YouTube thing. I'm going to start making money from this. Much or less, that was unknown, but I will make money. And it happened exactly in 2 years. Exactly 2 years, I became monetized. Monetize happened very early. It's just that that threshold took time to cross, and where it became a monthly thing. So I was there. 30s, I have to say, like, main damage is psychological damage. This quote I did not manage it as well as I should have. Spine also did not help. So psychologically, I've been too, coping mechanisms are not good. I did not choose the right, stoic path, for lack of a better term. But again, last week was very decent. I also tried to control one of the stupidest thing I have, and I succeeded, which was mind-boggling to me, is that I could do that. Hey, what the hell, mosquito? So, mosquito go. 19 rupees from better car. Winking dice. Wink. जितना लेना चाहिए क्या हुआ? जीत ले again. Define jeet lena. It's like you cannot fight against someone who is not willing to go down. Like, as in, it's very easy for them to have 12-year-old child soldier, which again, they specified that they are reducing the age of soldiers to 12 years. Iran did that. Like, that's Iranian news, not me saying it, not America saying it. They are doing that. Now, if they are willing to send that, it's like, how can you fight? It's the same thing that happened in World War II with Japan. It's like, they are not going to surrender. So what can you do? Nuke them. This time they can't use nuke. So what's the next solution? Defang them. Like, and again, it has worked so effectively. It's just not absolute, but it has worked effectively. So they are reaching a point where there's like, like day one, it was like hundreds of missiles launched. Now it's like barely 6-7 missile launches per day. And again, I think making that 6-7 to 0 would be very difficult, because they have to boom every single launcher. And again, early days, you have what you call target-rich environment. So every bombardment was like, you would go into sky, you will find a target, boom it, come back. Now it's like, okay, go do a lot of sorties, and then you randomly find something. So it is difficult, but it will happen. My expectation is missile threat should be almost eliminated at end of April. So timeline, end of April, 30 April. And I would say, at that point in time, people will say about those things, but most of the focus would be on the mines and boats. It will not be on long-range cruise missiles. And again, I have faith in Israel, not in America. Israel knows the things. Israel knows. So yeah, psychology destroyed. Psychology destroyed means like there used to be some amount of faith, some amount of hope, some amount of optimism. All of those disappeared, like old and bitter. I'm too bitter for 30-year-old, 33 years old. But you bought OLED TV in February 2021. Reason? See, 2021 was hell of a time. Pandemic, hell of a time. The TV was also not great. I'm not happy with this. Like, it's already dying on the bottom end. I'm not happy with the TV. Like, LG really let me down. And now I am like, where, like, should I save money for my dentist? Should I save money for my AC? Should I save money for this freaking smart board? Like, I'm so messed up. And again, should I save all the money, have just investment? So, because again, we are reaching the final steps, like actually ready engine is there, which is like they are working on making it run. It's like, should I focus on that? So, what happened to THAAD air defense system destroyed by Iran? It's like, see, you already made up your mind. You have to just say, America sucks, move on, the end. Like, just say that, just get it out of your system, okay? Just get it off your system. It's like, yeah, oh, America lost 5 fighter jets. Yeah, they have 10,000. Like, they have not even lost one aircraft carrier against parties that are like, oh, we have hypersonics. It's like, just say it, like, get it out of your system. Like, you do not understand how mathematics works. Like, even in the laser video I specified, it's a freaking laser. And I tell you, like, it can be boomed, it can be overwhelmed. There is nothing in this world, in this universe, in this system that's like, okay, I have this and nothing will happen. That's not how it works. And again, oh, a B-2 was never used against a powerful country. It was used in Iran. Sorry. And again, they had Chinese systems and Russian systems, and it was used in Iraq. That also had, and that was the 4th mostly defended city. They still managed to send a B-2, boom it, come back. Again, they did not have war with China or Russia. So just say that America sucks, the end, get over it. Like, you know, bro, just vomit it out. Like, you know, I'm getting tired of it. Like, just vomit it out. It's like, oh, they have a radar that got boomed. Yeah, that happens. It's like saying, oh, Israel had a missile that hit a building, so Israel does not have air defense. It's like, study numbers, man. Study numbers. Study who can survive the brutality. As in, I go boom boom to you, you go boom boom to me, you barely manage to boom boom one of my aircraft carrier, I have 12. Like, bro, numbers, man. Like, who taught you mathematics, man? Just say that. Just say, I hate America, America sucks, the end, history is fake, the end. Get it over with. CV mechanism, you understood it. Can you explain us? No, not explain. Like, I have made detailed video, like how it works, that I understood. It's just that, like, when I was talking about GPS, this was 2 weeks ago. So GPS, basically, that mathematics of that having 4 sphere allows you to have 1 point, and then you back solve the time variable, something similar. I understand how CV engine works. I have seen it physically, held it and all that. That part is sorted. It's just that, how do I make it, right? Like, let's just say I sit down, okay, Anupam, you have to make the CV engine, not Ron. You have to do it. Can I do it? Now I have very high hope that I can. Like, I can. That's the whole point. Design and all that. I was say something which can camera or single piston, which camera rotate a different crankshaft, hence neutralizing the side friction. I do not know what exactly you're talking about. Talk about your politics here. As you, naive as feminist. See, everybody hates, you know, if I say something that they do not like. You are not the first one. You want to be the last one. And if you are like, hey, I only want to hear things that agrees with me, please turn off my channel. A lot of people who agree with me, a lot of people who disagree with me, that's okay with me. I have no problem with that. Like, if you say America sucks, I will tell you it sucks. If you say like, America's weapon systems are like, I get it. Like, everybody hates it. It's just like, oh, you don't know geopolitics, even though I can predict things before. Oh, by the way, there is a video in my channel made by me years ago where I said there are 5 dictators active right now and 2 of them will be kaputted. I specifically said Iran dictator and Venezuela dictator. The video is Neon Line. I talked about it, like how the heck those sort of stupid projects gets greenlit. In my channel years ago. Go YOLO. wanted to surrender your friend. Nah, we kind of parted ways because, like, for lack of a better term, basically, I actively wants to change and grow and fundamentally change. And he's like, nah. Like, I reached a point where it's like, how I see it, like, I'm like, Anupam Vipul has to be better. Like, Anupam Vipul of 2024 has to be better than Anupam Vipul of 2023. That's my aim. Like, I do not like the idea of repeating the same mistake again and again and again and again and again. So, fundamentally, that did not, like, again, I do not have any ill will towards it, and then nothing bad happened. Everything is fine, and it's just that I need something different, changing, and I don't even know what the hell he does anymore. There is no YouTube update, and again, that sort of thing was like the biggest, what you call, uncomfortable for me. Whereas, like, I'm working my ass off, and I need you to work your ass off. Again, whatever you want to do, go YOLO on it, but do work. Like, do work. Like, I'm just like, if I have a friend who's like, I'm experimenting with this. Okay, cool. Experiment. Nah, I got bored. Got bored. It's like, oh, I have another friend who left the job 2 years ago, and now he's like, okay, I'm gonna start like seriously doing this and all that. Bro, do whatever the hell you want to do, but do something. So, any advice are really hard. I'm just like, what happens? Like, all the aircraft carriers are moved to range. All the range are moved to. It's like, did you saw the new humanoid robots of Boston Dynamic? It's a human replacing human vehicle factories. It could happen. I can easily see that, but it's like uptime is the main doubt and reliability. It will take time. But again, this is how it will look. I think the best movie depiction of this is, which again was a stupid movie, Elysium. They had humanoid robot, but they had humans building humanoid robot. I'm like, why? Why? That was so stupid. But again, Iran destroyed HVAC system, which number only 16. Each plane cost 300 million. Please, for your sanity, check how much USA was burning per day in Afghan war. Per day. America is a big country, my boy, which has horrifyingly, dangerously deep pockets. Like, saying they burnt $1 billion of aircraft is like Wednesday for them. Oh, by the way, just to give you a context how small that number is, Raytheon or Lockheed Martin, one of them, got $40 billion contract to build, increase mass production of interceptor, because they are consuming so much interceptor, and they wanted to upgrade it so they can handle China's conflict. So 100 million for America. That's Epstein's pocket change, man. That's Epstein's pocket change. Trump would be like, bruh, stop bitching about it. Like, that's, Elon Musk is like, bitch, shut up. It's like, bro, come on. If it was like, $500 billion, then it would like, whoa. That's an expensive mission. If they were losing thousands of soldiers, more soldiers than lost in 20 years war, then it's like, whoa. Like, these are your calculation vectors. It's like, I have said that about Russia also. It's like, if Russia went into Chechnya, and fought for 8 years, they're not gonna fold before 8 years. They're gonna last 8 years. Ukraine is at 4th year, so 4 years more. I think I may either CNC, pen plotter, robotic arm as my first project. So please suggest, should I go with my first project? Pen plotter could be useful. It could be useful. You should compare your app. Again, I did not design it. I had the idea for it. I had a programmer for it. It's in GitHub. You can see GitHub under my name. It's there. Pratham has the main system, but the main programmer, he disappeared. And that's frustrating to me. It's like, he did not even say like, okay, if he got the job, cool, awesome, I have no problem. But he never closed it. It's like, okay, I'm busy with something else. This is like, if I have to start with AI, I have to start from scratch. So that is one of the big issues with my projects. Finishing rate is very, poor, which is ironic. Somehow I got this finished. So, do you have any video on masers? Not detailed one. I think I should cover it again. I have a feeling I should cover it. My college only allowed to touch instrument, and my experiment teacher were feared we're gonna break it. Yeah, that's why I keep talking about we have to start making it. So, for example, if electron microscope is imported, you are always, but if it's made, it's like, bro, use it. And if you break it, Again, ask someone else to fix it. You have the full-fledged schematics of it. Fix it. That's a very important issue. Like in programming, it's not the programming, it's how quickly you can debugging the damn thing. That's the same thing applies in the hardware. Again, the guy YouTuber who bought an old electron microscope and repaired it, there was nothing broken in it. It was like, yeah, transformer is shorted. That should be super easy to figure out. Why he could not figure it out? And again, the company, the college that had it, the schematics was not there. Rough diagram was there. Schematics was not there. Like, hey, you have this transformer, the transformer windings, each winding should have this much induction, this much resistance, this much this. That information is hidden. So it's just like, okay, this part. So all of those things, like again, if I were making this, I'll task another team. Now make probe wires of that, have a cartridge, okay? And whenever I want to test the system, I'm gonna plug this hardware, a separate hardware with an interface board, and it's gonna measure everything. Like, where the voltage coming in, is it right? Transformer inside, transformer outside, voltage regulator outside, all of those things. So you can easily narrow down what the hell is going on. Like start with 50,000 probabilities. Okay, only 10 things could have been wrong in this. So that would be so amazing. And again, you can make a hardware that is what we call right to repair, not only right to repair, but it's like long lasting because you can keep servicing it, keep improving it. America's Strait of Hormuz is closed because they want to sell oil. Look right now, who is profiting the most? America is. They're selling oil. How do you make sure that you can make money? Make sure the supply is choked. America, whenever they invaded any country. Which country does not do that? Bro, please read human history. Like, please, for the love of God, read what happened after World War II. Please, look into what happened to German women. Please. You really should read it. As for runway during World War II, truly unbelievable during that era. By the way, so good night next week. Yeah, that runway thing was the scary thing. Is like, okay, you are telling me that war is going on and you just came up with the idea, hey, what if we can mass produce a runway while we are getting bombardment? I'm like, what were you smoking? Say something about the engine which has two con rod on a single piston. Again, oh, you're talking about something that goes like, counter rotation. That's a single piston system. Too finicky. Why these women had fake printed eyebrows? It's beyond me. What did I miss? Imagine a world where China would also found oil. It would be something. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been an hour. I would say it was a very interesting live stream. Surprisingly interesting. Concurrent view is 24, which is good for this channel. I would say sayonara. I will see you guys tomorrow on my shot, and bye.